cohabitation, elle n'est pas facile actuellement. Et pourtant, c'est ce qu'il nous faut. Cette cohabitation, cette acceptation d'autrui, cette acceptation de la différence, cette acceptation de l'être humain en général. Alors, il n'y a qu'un seul pas à faire.
Somebody I am. Somebody I am. Somebody I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, Happy National Dance Week. Let's give a round of applause for Action Dance. My name is Jewel D. Lane. I'm an artist here, and I will be moderating tonight's session. Thank you. There's always one, so that's all we need. So, really quickly, I just want to say this particular person that we're about to bring out, she is the reason, well, why a lot of people book a lot of gigs, because we need some headshots. But then those headshots turn into something meaningful. And it's rare that you can work with a photographer that actually understands the moving and working elements of a human body. And she has been doing this for a very long time. And so I was just telling somebody, it's always good to have a conversation with artists in real time, because it's important that we give our flowers to those people. So without further ado, I want to introduce you all Shakara Marcus. How are you?
Great.
Okay, so before we start, I just want to play a little game, like, are you from Atlanta? Because we got a lot of people that, they say they're from Atlanta, but I'm like, are you really from Atlanta? So, I'm just going to ask a question. Where is Tri-Cities located? Okay. Why is it called Tri-Cities?
Shoot, one made a penny.
Oh. Okay.
East Point, College Park, Hapeville.
Okay, that's kind of easy. Lemon pepper sprinkles or teriyaki sauce?
Lemon pepper. Right. I mean, some people probably fight about that, but I'm lemon pepper all day.
Okay. So I need for you to help me finish this line.
Oh my God.
I really need help.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, me and you, yo mama and yo.
Cousins too.
Okay. Rolling down strip on Vogue's coming up.
Cadillac.
No.
Hey.
Okay. She from the A, y'all. She from the A. Okay.
Zone 3 all day.
Come on.
Forever.
So, the first question that I want to start off with is, when did you fall in love with art?
Oh wow, at a young age. My mom put me in dance at the age of 4. So I think she was more in love with it than me to put me into it. And that exposed me to art.
So, as you were like getting cultivated in art, what were some of your influences, or who were some of your influences?
Art or just art, just dance and photography, because I think back to the first time I really said that I wanted to do dance, that I really wanted to pursue this thing was when I got accepted into that Albanelli summer intensive in high school. And my dance teacher, Adrian Bolton, rest in peace, I remember I came back and I told him, I was dancing at Donuts at the time, and I came back and told him, like, I got accepted, I'm so excited. He was like, oh, so you really want to dance? And I was like, I think. And that was like my first time where I was like, I think I want to do this thing. Yeah.
Okay, so as you're cultivating and learning about being a dancer and a mover, what was the moment where you were like, here's this camera? What was that moment like?
Oh my God, I mean, do you know the story? I think you know the story of how,
I think I do. I don't think they know.
like photography found me, because guys, it was an accident that, God ordained, and I was like, what? Okay, so do y'all want to know the story?
Yeah.
Because some people ask, like, hey, did you always want to take pictures? No, well, I didn't know. Growing up, I always had the collages on my wall, had those cameras where you could take back to CBS and get those pictures developed. And in high school, I remember for Christmas, I asked my parents for a camcorder, and I was the one just recording, like senior week and everything, but had no clue. And I think I had no clue because I didn't know anyone And so, how photography found me, I was at Howard, and I overslept for, HU, come on! I overslept for a final, guys, and I failed the class. Yeah, and it was real. Like, I had 5 finals that week, and I was like, I'm gonna wake up in 2 more hours and finish it. No, I woke up the next day. So yeah, it was the worst thing. I thought my life was over. And so that next semester, I just needed 1 more class to fulfill that full time. And I was like, I guess I like taking pictures. And so it was like a last minute decision. I took a photography class, and then I took another one. I was like, well, I gotta be here for another year. What am I gonna do with my life? And I made it a minor, and I had no idea then. I had my colleagues at Howard, in the dance program, like, taking my headshot, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Like, I'm just in this class. And there I was challenged to figure that thing out, rest in peace, Dr. Sherelle Berryman Johnson. I remember one of my first tasks, when she found out that was my minor, she was like, okay, you have to document IABD, International Association of Blacks at Dance Conference, and you have to write down everybody you photograph. And I was like, what? Who does that? That's just hard. I was like, hey, can I get your name? Can I, And so that was like my first assignment. And then the dance concert, which I didn't think I would, I knew what I was doing. But I just started to learn and figure out. And I think God knew all along that that's what he was molding me for. Yeah.
Now it's your career, and
Yeah.
you're in high demand.
Yeah, really?
That's amazing. Can you talk to us about why it's important for bodies to be in conversation, and how did that pivot into your most recent work, Body Talks?
Why is it important to bodies being in conversation? I think as a dancer, a moving body, that those are just stories being created. And I know when I create my work, or not when I create, but when I'm behind the camera, there's so many things I want to articulate. And I feel that, dancers, they just move and they don't know. And I'm like, did you see that? And they're like, no, I felt it, but I didn't quite see it. And so I think it's my mission to freeze that moment and then create these moments that last a lifetime. Like, you look at my work, you see is a moment that extends beyond the frame. And that's the difference between my work, because I really challenge them to continue to move. And so I want the movement to continue. I want the stories to continue and to elaborate and create conversations from one person to the next, one family, one household to the next.
I love that. I think that's the power of art. We spark things for you to digest and take home with you. I'm going to open it up to the audience just so we can have a bit more community engagement. There's a microphone downstage. So if you feel the spirit of questions, feel free to come on down.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
So, Shakara and I are actually documentary partners, and she's amazing. And so I had a chance to be photographed by Shakara for my headshot. And first of all, I didn't know your story, so it's amazing to know your story. But what are some of the things that you do to help people loosen up? Because dancers, when they're taking pictures, we think we know what we're doing, but I didn't know what I was doing, but you helped me to get these amazing shots. So what are some of the things that you do to help the dancers?
Is being a dancer, and I understand how we go through layers of constructive criticism. And once you sit in the studio with me, one of the things I think about is how to unpack all of that so that you can relax. Because they come in here like, with my hair, my makeup, my body, and I'm just like, hey, bring it on down. And so I had to take it there so they can relax, so they can mentally release all of those things they are thinking, and pull that light out of them so they can shine. And so we're thinking about branding, having a conversation with them. I'm talking about goals. I'm talking about like everything that you want to be in life, and all those things that make them want to push and be greater. And a lot of times, some people, they start crying like, yeah, this is what I want to do, and then I get through that wall, and then it's like them, and I'm like, that's what I want to see, and also that's what's going to get you booked, because that's the code to get booked off this headshot, right, and get more jobs. So that's like a couple of things I do. I always say like, come prepared with like references, do your homework, don't just step into the shoot saying, I'm on a photo shoot, like what is it for? So.
And she's also a boss, and what she's not saying is that she has developed these amazing note cards in case you don't know how to pose. Can you talk to us about these dance pose cards?
Oh yes, and I actually have a deck out there at Miss Rose's closet table. So I made this deck of posing cards. It's like 52 poses, and these cards will help you in a dance shoot. A lot of dancers come and they're not prepared, or they don't know, or they freak out, or they're going through their phone and they're like, I had a screenshot right here, I can't find it. Calm down. So these poses will help you from the beginning to the end. And what I mean by beginning to the end, like the rhythm of my shoot is starting on like 2 feet, 1, and then we go to extensions, leaps and jumps. Because you're not going to start with leaps and jumps because you're not going to last. So the posing cards are categorized like that. One side has a picture, the other side has a description. So you could throw this deck in your backpack. You can practice it with your dance teacher. Look at them. Look at yourself in the mirror to make sure you're looking amazing. And then it's a deck of cards of us, of us.
A reflection.
Yes. And it's amazing. So, yeah. So they're out at the table if anyone want to take a look, or buy a deck today, yeah. Are you in? It's like...
Just the best.
I photographed Jules so many times. Like, when I relocated back home, I would call him up like, hey, let's do something. Hey, let's do something. So, I don't know.
And she would have you do all kind of crazy stuff, even if it depends on losing your life. It's like, okay, we're going to get this shot.
For the shot, right? Any other questions?
Hi, I'm Furnish Art and Jewels, and congratulations on all your beautiful artwork. Question for this shoot, for this presentation that you have out here in the gallery, how did you come up with each of the pieces of artwork? Like, where did you take your imagination to come up with these?
Oh wow, it took a lot. Well, I already knew I had the idea, the colors. I knew I wanted to do like something like vibrant, and I just saw all these gels in my head, and I sat down and had a conversation with Dawn, and I was like, I don't know, but this is what I see. And so once we got into the studio, I said, let's work out these different conversations, and we split them up into groups. I was like, okay, with group 1, I want to do it, I want this right there. And so we're in the studio, and for many people, I'm not sure, those who don't know me, like I get in there and I'm like, okay, do this, okay, do that, I see that, I just see it. And I probably start to stretch the dancer. Sometimes they're like, I can't do it. I'm like, okay, make it your own. Because I'm doing stuff that doesn't even like should work or whatever. And so we just started exploring with different things like that. I'm backing up, I'm getting back in here, and I'm like, I see circular motion. I see round arms, and it's not complete, because for me, it's like, I'm seeing balance, I'm seeing a conversation, and I start to create a story with that. If it's not balanced, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, it's off. And so we did that from one picture to the next. Now we got in the studio, and I think we had probably like 4 shots already created. And so we were able to do that and mold some different things, and it changed. And it was so beautiful. Like, I get so excited. If I get loud, like, yes, come on. Okay, take the picture, calm down. You're gonna miss the moment because you get excited. And they like, what? And I'm like, don't move. But it was just so beautiful. The energy of all the dancers, like when we came together in the main shot for the show, like when we got that, and I was like, this is nice, y'all. Like, this is really good. Like, this is Black History Month. And then we came back again, and I knew I wanted to use like a different color, like some type of orange, yellow, something like that. I just knew I wanted to take it there. Because one person said, oh, this is different than what we usually see. We don't see anything as like dramatic and dark and playing with these shells. And I said, it's time for me to take it to the next level and stop being so safe and start being daring with the work. And so that's what I try to do with this series, to like be daring.
How do you know when you have the shot? Because there's a beautiful picture of Sakina with these cloths, and it's very ethereal, and it's like, how do you know? You're like, okay, well, let's move on.
Because we did that a couple of times, and we were fighting with the cloth. Like, I love cloth, guys, but it's a lot. And sometimes you just be like, forget it. I'm like, no, keep trying. But how did we really realize that we got the shot? I think we kept playing along with it, and I kept critiquing and telling them where I wanted to be, because I saw like ripples like the ocean, and the title that piece is diving into the night. And so once we got the cloth in the way we wanted, and Sakina, she's like beautiful, like the way her facial expression and everything was just like effortless. And so when I saw that moment, I was like, that's it. I was like, okay, next, because that completes it.
Congratulations, Shakara, on all your success.
Thank you.
One of the things I've always appreciated about your artistry is that you balanced your business side with your art, and you always seem to have known your worth. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey in becoming someone who's confident in their product?
Oh, wow. I go there. Yeah, because it took me a long time, guys, to really identify myself as a Black female dance photographer. Like, I couldn't say that. I was like, I'm a dance photographer that does, I take pictures of dancers. Like, after grad school, I couldn't say, because I felt like I saw other dance photographers that had been there in the game for so long, and that was their validation. And I was like, where's mine? And I was like, I'm a dancer, shoot! Like, that's enough right there. And so I really had to figure out how to balance, like, passion projects, like, this is a passion project, right? Along with, making money to pay bills. I gotta eat. And so I would think about my calendar. Once I started to get the rhythm of my calendar, I had to think about, when did I have time to do those? Like, recently I've been receiving grants. We got the grant for the documentary. But that happened because I realized my dead months, or my lighter months, is around January, February. I could dedicate that time to doing those passion projects and writing those grants. Also, August, September, Now I'm doing all this work for my clients. Can I schedule in an hour a week, because Tamir and I will meet up, like an hour a week to do all of the homework we had to do for the grants. So this is like personal stuff versus like the business stuff I had to do. And then while also I'm connecting with different clients, exposing them to other projects I have going on. And one thing I really love about Atlanta, it's an amazing place to network. And I'm always connecting with so many different people out there in the field. And so once they find out like what I'm doing besides just taking pictures for someone's dance studio, like I'm working on a documentary. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to archive that so it lives beyond my existence, so when I'm no longer here, that it can be added to a dance history course at Spelman or in the different high schools. So it's a major balancing act that I'm working on, but just being conscious of my calendar, what time, when I can actually do those different things and enjoy it. Because I realize if I do too much business stuff, if I'm doing too much client stuff, and I'm not doing stuff for me, I get like, I'm drained. And I get frustrated, and I just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just do it where you at. I gotta shoot. I gotta get out of my system. Like really like a crackhead. I be like, I need to create for me. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's important, you know, to say that I am a black female photographer. Because I was telling somebody, like, what we're doing, what artists are doing here in Atlanta, we are immortalizing ourselves through history. We're building legacy. So like you said, when we are reading chapter 44, ATL, know how to do it, the name should pop up.
Yeah.
So, yes.
But what blows my mind, and I'm hoping like 5 or 10 years it change. Guys, you can look on your phone right now. Google black female dance photographer. Nothing comes up.
Wow.
So I've been like using that hashtag, and I'm just like, I know we exist. I'll be back. I got that.
Do we have some more questions?
I just wanted to ask you, because I remember you as my dance teacher and seeing you perform. I just wanted to ask if you still dance as well.
Hold up, from where? From where?
Oh, from South Fulton summer camp.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was like right after grad school. Okay, I had to think. I was like, were you this little? Were you one of the babies? Okay, what was the question now? You said, do I still dance? I take classes. I'm not gonna say I retired, but like during the pandemic, I think my last time performing in Black Nativity was like the pandemic. I was performing in that show for like 7 years, and then I got a little like, ooh, I don't know if I could bounce back, but I will forever be in a dance class because I'm very passionate about longevity, and I can't continue to walk in these heels. I can't continue to like hold up a camera if I'm not stretching, if I'm not in someone's class, working on this body.
I think we have time for one more.
Hi. I'm sister of a friend and also a very, very large admirer. I was wondering in terms of this project and in terms of the other projects that you've done, what is the marriage between the vision that you have and the things that you see that you're like, oh, wait, change that. I want to do this instead, or like how things change like throughout a shoot.
Yeah.
What is the marriage between the vision that you have of like the project to like the artistic things that you're doing and creating, and when you're in the moment and things happen, you're like, no, this is actually what I'd like to do, or how you change those things.
Oh, okay. I mean, because a lot of times, I could say I have something in my head, but once I get with whatever body I'm working on, it will change. And my thing is not to force it, because I will be able to see through the camera, through that picture that is being forced, and then that's not comfortable for the dancer. And I always say that, like, make it yours. Okay, I gave you this, make it yours, don't force it. Because when they have the opportunity to make it theirs, then it's so much beautiful, then it's effortless. And then I'm like, that's what I want. So I can't like dictate so much, because I can say, this is how I want it to be. And then it doesn't work out. I'm like, God, why it's not working out? It's like, just lose the control and work. So these are the ideas I have. Now, what do you add to it?
And speaking of what do you add to it, those pictures that you see out in that beautiful gallery, they are for sale. So if you like what you are bearing witness to, you can also run up the cash app or however Shakara take funds. But it's important to also tell your friends and allow the community to come in here to support. You know, that's part of core tradition. That's about really telling people, like, hey, you gotta come check this out. Because artists work really hard, and like she said earlier, we have bills to pay.
Yeah, and also like, we do take payment plans for art. I'm not sure if you guys know that. I know some people
That
who
part.
collect art, they know that. But even if you're interested in a piece, but you want it printed in a smaller print, talk to the artist and say, hey, I like that, but I want it in. Does it come in like by, something that works for my budget? And that is possible. Yeah, get a print, get a smaller print.
Well, we would like to just extend a warm applause for Shakara Marcus. I also want to give a shout out to the city of South Fulton, to Southwest Art Center, to Salandia, that's supposed to say a nickname, Salandia at Bimini.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you see me up here with my fan because personal summers are real. However, I do want to let you know that we do have a week-long list of events that are free and open to the public. We have master classes Monday through Friday of next week. They're from 6:30 to 8. They'll be in our dance studio. And we have a pre-professional show on Saturday at 2:30 and a professional show that evening at 7:30. So please come check out all of our Dance Week events. If not all, then just some. Please, 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 though, come to that Saturday performance because it is going to be amazing. If you do not follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you can do so at South Fulton PRCA. That's where you can find all of our events. And if you haven't signed up for our constant contact, please do so. We should have some QR codes somewhere floating around here in the lobby. But thank you once again for coming. Let's give Shakara another round of applause because she deserves it. And now for the almost best part, second best part, we're going to go outside and we're going to have some refreshments. So thank you, ladies and